friends, welcome back. We are continuing our build of Outpost Zimonja this week. I really missed you guys last week. I was out sick and forced to take a break. I'm still not feeling 100%. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I wanted to play Fallout. So I have Fallout, I have some peppermint tea, and everything's going to be okay. So let's get right into it. If you notice any weird cuts in this video, it's probably because I started coughing and had to cut it out. But last time we left off decorating some of this outdoor space. We still have some of these upstairs spaces to go. And I know I wanted to do like a bar. Originally, I thought I was going to do the bar space upstairs and these little areas, but I think those might actually be too small. We also figured out last time that they kind of snap a little bit to some things. I don't know. Yeah, like that. So maybe we use that to start putting down, like, just see if we can get stairs up to that zone. Like, that's not intrusive at all. That's actually pretty lovely. So we have stairs that come up here kind of naturally. And then here. And I know there are mattresses that are like preset here. I kind of hate those. I kind of feel like we should use these little space for like hangout social spaces, and then we'll just have to build some more housing. So let's actually get started with a housing unit, and I think here would be a good place for that, just because it's kind of sectioned off or given to us by the structures that have been pre-provided already. So we'll nudge that in really close. I also thought a lot about the different kinds of textures that we have in these builds. Because I really want to use more of the warehouse set. But I think for a settlement like Outpost Zimonja that is so like wooden and rickety and up here in the middle of nowhere, I think that the shack set just makes the most sense. Okay, do I need a flat wall to do stairs? Probably. So let's do the flat wall on this side. Gosh, my throat's already itching. Maybe I should be talking less. Just let this be more of a quiet, meditative video. Because I'm thinking we do domestic unit on bottom, domestic unit on top, and that way we can get rid of those two mattresses. Just a tiny little house. Let's go back and grab that other doorway. The thing about second level housing that I found, it makes sense to do doorway first, because then you can connect a floor like that. We won't have room on that side, but we will on this side. And these little squares, they'll connect right to the door. So it makes it easier to snap stairs on. That'll do. And then we still have room up here for a bar. Maybe this makes sense. Just nestled up directly in here. Actually, do we even need this shack floor? Like, would this snap directly in? Ooh, it will. And then we know these stairs will snap into that. Let's see if I can wall this off. I'm looking for flat walls here because I know we're coming close to intercepting? What's the word? Intersecting, yeah, with these other things. And I don't want to. We might have to scooch this out a bit. Yeah, I think we need to scooch it just like a little bit out. far is that? Let's put some walls on and then see if we can't scooch it back anyway. Just ignore the fact that it's going to be in the dirt for a second. We'll just slap these walls on. And then we'll try and position it like as far back as we can. That's not going to work. What if we grab it by the steps? Sometimes you have more luck just grabbing things by different pieces. It's not as connected as I'd like it to be. Let's make this back wall flatter and see if that gets us any closer. I don't think we'll need to glitch this. I just want to get it like as naturally close as we can. I really like smaller settlements like this that really kind of push you into like what's possible. You gotta find a way to make it work. And I like that. That does feel like a really big gap. Am I just too close to that pole? Oh, maybe. Okay, hold on. I finally come back after a week off and it's just positioning a shack for an hour. Okay, that's really close. That's much better. Oh, and we don't even need these other steps because now this is closer to the ground. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's put this shack wall up here. Do I have room down here for one? I guess not. It's not super cute, but that's okay. Really, we're just looking for safe housing that isn't just a mattress out in the open. It's not ideal to have a door at the top of stairs like this. It would be kind of hard to lock your door as you're leaving for work or whatever, but I think they'll make do. In structures, but I'm looking for beds. We'll just nestle in a little bed and maybe a cozy sitting area for them. But again, we're constrained by space, so we'll do a small table. And a little chair. And another space-saving technique could be a nice little... Where is it? Where is it going? There we go. A nice little shelf. And some candles. What else works? A little rug. We're just looking for simple and cozy. I'm not really thinking too much about what type of these things we need. We will do a little foot locker. Yeah, There we go. Okay. Lovely little shack unit. And then this just feels kind of drab. And one of my favorite things to do when outdoor things feel drab is to put a cute little hedge, aka a mute fruit. But it kind of looks like a hedge when you're not paying attention to it. Just kind of cute. Okay. Let's see what bed options we have. I think maybe this person, I'm just going to start with a bed in the center and we're going to see where that goes. Because maybe somebody would choose like bed comfort over also having a small table and chair. I'm looking for the wall candles. Ooh, let's do a little plant. Because that also kind of makes me think sleep hygiene. That feels kind of crypty, actually. I'm not sure I like that. Let's move the wall sconce over there. And let's move this to be a little off center. So there's room for something below the wall sconce. Like that. Which still puts a focus on the sleeping area and things being cozy. Very homey. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking a welcome mat. Okay, that's nice. Just some little domestic units there. And now we can do our bar, which I think is just going to be up here. It feels like it's already getting dark, but it's not quite. We have the generator for the recruitment beacon. We have our general store. Ooh, let's decorate these little areas because now that we've added more beds, we can delete these beds. And I honestly think that this would just become like a social space. I want railings. I want to see if we can do railings. Yeah. Just keep this a little safer for them. You know, maybe it's just because I've been in isolation because I'm sick for like 9 days. But the idea of just having like a cozy little spot to sit with your friends up here seems really nice to me. I'll turn on my Pip-Boy light while we're working in like sundown. I think we're in dusk. I think that's why it's like starting to get a little dark. Okay, what vibe? I'm thinking couch. I'm thinking like porch chairs. Like they can kind of overlook what's going on over there. But they can hang out with a friend, you know? Let's do a smaller table, like this one. Yeah, I'm going a little stir crazy inside. But I didn't want to play Fallout without you guys. Okay. I think that's a nice little space. Oh, we can get rid of these cinder blocks. There's not much I want to put up here, is there? I could do like a plant. This might be the only time I ever say this, but I don't really see a point in putting a plant up here. Radio could be nice. So these guys could turn it on. And then same deal here. I feel like it's a neat little sheltered space. That would just kind of be sweet to sit in. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the airplane chairs, which I used to hate a lot, but I've actually started liking a lot more. And let's look for something to balance that a little bit. Like that. Yeah, it's nothing too fancy. Just a place to sit with friends when it's, you know, nice out. Okay, now it is definitely like dark. So let's come into this little unit that we just made. And let's sleep it off. And I'll have some tea. I really am having a hard time not coughing. I hope the grit in my voice isn't too annoying for this video. Oh, it's raining. Well, good thing the seating areas that we just set up are sheltered. Okay. Let's come back to this wooden shack set. And again, I have some ideas for using the warehouse set for stuff, but this one just suits Outpost Zimonja. They have the wood nearby. It makes the most sense. Okay. I kind of want to see if we can do like a double-decker like dining area. If I can't make that happen with the shack floor, we can probably make it happen with scaffolding. Let's see how close that comes. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I want to see if I can scooch it just a little closer. Yeah, it might be perfect the way we had it. And some stairs to make that actually accessible. So with the idea being that you can go like this and then this. Maybe this is like a patio and this would be where the actual bar / restaurant area is. I don't think I can put a door like between two pieces. I think I gotta scooch them apart. How do I place a doorway like this? You know what I mean? Oh, because those won't go together, will they? Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought I almost got stuck in the foundation. You know what I mean? Like, I want the doorway. I might have to replace this with the, like, small tile things. Because as we established at the beginning of this video, the doorways do actually snap nicely to the 3 tile things. Hold on. Let's build this separately and then try and snap it in the right place. And I want the planks to go left to right for no other reason than I think it looks nice. That's going to be too far out. That's okay. Okay. So now if we do that, I'm wondering if I grab this whole thing, will it grab where I'm standing again? Oh no, I got the right piece. Okay, so now I tried to do something similar in my castle build, and it was so difficult to do. I don't know why I'm trying to put myself through the same thing again. It's fighting me. What if I just grab the foundation? Because this should be a valid location for the foundation. You know? Let's try that. Maybe I do that part first and then try and scooch this in. Ooh, nope, that selected the whole thing. Let's try. Now they're too close. Uh-oh. Is it because of this piece? Nope. We've never been afraid of trial and error here. Because there are no mistakes. Only happy accidents. Put that on. Put this back on. There's a promising vision here. I know it. We've just got to find it. Alright, how's that look? Let's find that little piece again. Actually, this might be close enough for the smaller stairs. It's not as close as I thought. But maybe with some wiggling. Oh, it's gonna keep trying to snap to this back piece. You wait there. I really think this could be really cool. Okay, let's see how that feels. That still touches the ground nicely. That steps up nicely. And that goes into the ground nicely. Yeah, we don't have any floating pieces. I think that's really neat looking. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. And now can we do another foundation piece like this? Oh, we're kind of in the dirt here, but that's okay. I'm just hoping we can still get a wall that'll... Yes! Oh, wow, I didn't think we'd actually get that lucky that it would still snap there, but look at that. Do that. Okay. That'll be cool. And then what about a wall that kind of pops out like this? Because it'll cut into this space a little. I actually don't like that. I don't want it to cut into that space. And sometimes you just gotta try things to figure out that you don't like them. And that's okay too. And I think we just need the little wall. And that works. See, for the patio space, I'm thinking like this and this. Like we just kind of wall it off. And then maybe even some more here, because we really don't want people falling off. Can we do, yeah, one more on that corner just to keep it kind of contained. That's really cute. Okay, so if we wall that off, that's nice. And then is this enough space for a bar? I'm worried that we need like a little more width to actually fit a full bar in. Where's food and drink? And I know the smaller one would fit. Somebody asked me in the comments, it was a very good question, why I don't just use these smaller ones. And the answer is the bigger ones make settlers happier. Only by like a little bit, but enough that I like it. Okay, what if this goes sideways? Is that crazy? A little. I don't like it. What if we buy ourselves some more room this way? Like this? Do we have enough room, or are we too close to the edge of the settlement? Ooh, we might. Ooh. I mean, if it's not gonna cut us off, I'm not gonna question why. Ooh, our luck might run out with this corner. Let's see if we can fit this first, though. This might be like way too close to the door. Yeah, nobody could really slide past that. Okay, well, hold on. Can I not jump over that? Because we have some room to come out this way, like to the left here. Okay, just for a sec. I didn't want a wall that comes out all the way this way. But we could do like that. I don't know what the walls around it would look like. There's no like inner corner half wall, is there? I don't think so. Ooh. I guess that doesn't really help me. Okay, hold on. So you come up here, you come in here. I might be forced to use a smaller bar. Yeah, because as much as I like this, if I can't seal off that wall, and we're right at the edge of the settlement, and it's a settlement that's right at the edge of the map. Sometimes you gotta choose security. And let's grab that smooth wall back. There it is. And the half wall piece to close off that gap. I wonder how this looks. Oh, I want it to face the other way. Like, I wonder how that looks from the outside. I'd like it better if they both face the same way, I think. Yeah. Okay. We're getting there. And let's find a door. Ideally one that opens inwards. Does that one open inwards? We went through this all last time, I know. But I still don't remember. I think this one maybe opened inwards. Nope. It just pushed me right back here. That's okay, though. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the slightly smaller bar. That gives them slightly less happiness. And I'll live with that. We'll push it back like this. And we want our bartender, because this is a restaurant and bar, to be able to cook. So let's give him a little cooking stove. And let's find that cabinet. Ooh, not there. It's in here. Yeah. It's just such a nice height next to that cooking stove that I really love using it. And we'll scooch this out to match. Why is it red? Oh, there we go. Back to containers real quick to do a cooler, just to keep some supplies cold. Pull this out a little bit so we can give them somewhere to sit. I'm thinking a stool. Like this. Yeah. Now, okay. How much room for seating do we have? Not a ton. What about this? We could push this right up against the wall, but then we would have bar chairs kind of sticking out. So what if I put it more in the center? This might be a good rug glitch moment. Because I wouldn't mind a floor mat in here anyway. And then if there's anything that's going to help me save space in here, I'll take it, you know? And then it looks more like a built-in. Nothing crazy. Do stool. Stool. Just people can come in here, sit there. And I feel like a shelf would be good. We have electricity here. I know we do. It's just like crazy routed around the back. Right? I'm trying to figure out if it's worth it to try and connect a neon sign to the front. Because if it is, then we can put lighting inside. Oh, hello. That is not how I anticipated the cozy hangout zone being used. But who am I to judge? Okay. So we had this power conduit. What if... Where are power conduits? Probably the thing that says conduit. Or no. This is what I'm looking for. Because I want to know if we can connect power like through the roofs of a bunch of things. I need to come up here for higher visibility. Because it would be really cool if we could like pass power around, and we already have the visual of the wires like coming across the top of this settlement. Like if I put this here, would that connect? Looks like it will. Okay. And then let me just jump up here, because where would our next... Ooh, I'm not quite on the roof, am I? There we go. Where would the next hop be? I could do a large pylon here, which again, I feel like visually makes sense with this outpost. And then that pretty much gets us power all the way back to our little bar. Yeah. So now we can go like this. Wow. That's lovely. That came together so much cleaner than I thought it would. Awesome. And now, well, let's go back inside first, actually. Because we can do a light inside. Just something like that. Yeah. And let's see if there's decorating we want to do. I'm looking for the buoys. Ooh. I'm never going to say no to a Nuka-Cola clock. Yeah. And then if I can grab... Oh, that was weird. They didn't appear for a second. If I can grab a plant to kind of smooth out the end of this bar, I think that would be nice. Honestly, I don't mind the scraggly plant. But then I'm going to move the buoy. Maybe as an entrance thing. Like that. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's see what other decor. Nuka-Cola floats. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I'm looking for Nuka-Cola stuff just because we've kind of got a theme going. So we might as well continue it on the shelf. This is always so hard to do. There's a lovely subreddit for showing off Fallout 4 settlements, and the hours that people must spend positioning things like this just blows my mind. Come on, Nuka Cherry. There you go. Okay. That's cute. I really like that. They came out absolutely delightful. And now we can do some outdoor stuff. And I'm anticipating this will be like where most of our seating is. But I want to do the name on the wall. And I want to do, I know I usually use these for like alphabet stuff for kids. But I think we can put neon on them. I just don't know what to name this bar. Neon isn't here, I know. I just got distracted. Neon is in power. Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking like the Outpost. See, these are just such a good size. And I'll give credit for this because I do use these for the alphabet whenever I have kids in a settlement. But I did see another user, Babe Splat, do this with the neon, and I just loved it. Is that a P? If I picked a word with exactly the right amount of letters here, I'm going to lose it. That comes really close. I think if we close the space a little bit. Hold on. Just like as close as I can get it without touching it. because then the T won't be hanging off. Well, that's just lovely. Wow, I like that so much. Okay, and now that we have this little outdoor patio zone, I think I want the diner set thing. How many of these can I squeeze in here? If I do it this way, 2. Yeah, I don't think I can get 3. I'll take 2. And then maybe we do like a solo guy. Is there a table that would let a single person sit? Actually, yeah. I don't hate the like solo table like that. It's a little weird, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then I would love for them to have a radio. So let's grab the little metal table like this. I just feel like this would be a Diamond City kind of place. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so we have these tables out here, and we've got the whole bar inside. That's lovely. Honestly, I don't think there's anything more I wanted to do here. I say we do our full tour. It is time for our full tour of Outpost Zimonja, which is of course the most northernmost settlement way up here at the top of the map. When you come up this little hill, you're met by their guard barracks. Here is our guard. He's a Minuteman, of course. You'll notice his armor is a little heavier than usual for a Minuteman guard because, again, we're on the very outskirts of the Commonwealth here. But this is our little guard's house. He's got a desk for scheduling, a rad roach that he took out, and some turrets for extra security here on top of the guard barracks. We have a small farm here. And the farmer has this little shack on stilts, a little bed, dresser, table for eating. She's very comfy and cozy here. And then this unit is slightly bigger, but also on stilts, which is very fitting for a location like Outpost Zimonja. This is our clinic. So we have clinic, we have bed, and we have small waiting/exam area. Coming next, this is the Outpost. This is the bar that we just finished. Gosh, I just love this so much. We have some outdoor seating, we have some indoor seating, we have some Nuka-Cola ready, and a cooking stove so our bartender can whip up whatever you need here. We have 2 more domestic units here, this comfy, cozy little one down here. And then our second unit, or second level unit, this small little homey unit up here. We do have as well some common areas for people to sit, talk, listen to the radio, just hang out after work. Again, this is a very small settlement, but it's a very close-knit one. Here, again, another area to just sit, drink a beer. Here we have our general trader. So in here we have all the goods. There's a Jangles the Moon monkey that's been salvaged, near mint condition if you're a collector looking for a collector's item. But then the general trader actually lives on the second story up here with, I believe, their partner. So we have a lovely little unit for 2 up here, cozy sitting area and dining area. And I think that just about does it. Thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to make the Commonwealth safer, one settlement at a time. I have a playlist of all the builds I've done so far, so if you enjoyed this one, please do check that out. And thank you so much for bearing with me. I am so sorry I missed last week. I don't anticipate missing more. I am feeling better. Thank you again for coming with me through this and tolerating. I know I did cough during this video, so I hope that wasn't too annoying. And I will see you next week. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.